Hello, Heroes of the Storm fans, and welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series. I'm Cody Kraz, and I'm bringing you guys this Storm Division matchup between CGL Black and Send Noodles. This is my second time broadcasting Send Noodles. I'm super excited. Before we get into it, I got a couple new follows. I just want to thank Maximilian Gautama, B Train, Odd Thought, Anners, and Double Dawn. Thanks so much for the follows. Super appreciate it. Other than that, teams are ready. Got the R's. We're going to go ahead and get started. Game 1 going to be here on Towers of Doom.
Towers of Doom.
Towers of Doom, very neat map. It's a slightly different victory condition than you might be used to in Heroes of the Storm. Yes, you still are killing the core, but to do so, you have to score shots on the opponent's core with the bell towers by channeling altars, and you'll shoot a number of shots equal to the number of forts, structures you control plus your core. So it leads to a slightly different meta than some of the other maps. Although, speaking of new metas, I don't know if anybody was watching the HGC earlier today, but boy oh boy, Team Octalysis came out with some spicy drafts earlier. We had the multiple no-tank drafts. They were running Zul Medivh to great success. Captain Apple Sup says thanks for casting Cody Kraz. Happy to. Looking forward to it. Hanzo coming out here as first ban from the side of CGL Black. Hanzo's one of the top meta assassins, even through the number of bans he's taken. And by bans, I mean nerfs. And then Azmodan here, banned out. He's pretty top meta now after his recent rework alongside Raynor, who's also fairly strong. One other thing to note, chat. I am on a 2-minute delay, so I will do my best to keep talking to you, keep interacting with you guys, but remember, it'll be a hot second before I see it. Whitemane, spicy new healer, getting banned out here by CGL Black, and I don't blame them at all. She is super strong. You see a lot of instances of, man, that hero's super dead. They're still super dead. And then they live, because Whitemane just can heal. heal and heal and heal. Pretty cool hero. If you haven't had a chance to play with her or try her out, highly recommend it. I think it's a solid ban here because, even though she's only been out for 2 weeks, I think it's that means you haven't been able to prepare against it also for more than 2 weeks. So if someone's really ready for it, nice to take that away from them. Raynor rounding out the bans, so just some straight meta bans from Send Noodles, and then Genji first picked here by CGL Black. Genji's an awesome hero to watch. He's got a bunch of mobility, got decent damage, and he great at finishing fights. His Swift Strike can reset if he scores a kill within a couple seconds of it, or the takedown, pardon me. And yeah, he's very strong. Blaze and Deckard picked up on the side of Send Noodles. Blaze, one of the top tier offlaners, right up there with Urel, maybe slightly below her, and Deckard, probably the top support. Or I was asking what the map bans were. Send Noodles banned Volskaya, and CGL Black banned Sky Temple. Game 1 is going to be on Towers of Doom, and Game 2 will be on Infernal Shrines. Stukov and Diablo picked up here by CGL Black. Man, that's a lot of engage combo there if I've ever seen it. Diablo's going to come shadow charging in, pin people against the wall, do the overpower, and probably dump them right in a Stukov puddle. That'll keep that hero silenced and potentially rooted after picks up that talent. Next band's coming in here. We do now have 3 bands in Heroes of the Storm after the, a couple months ago now. Urel taken away. So CGL Black gonna have to fall off the top of the meta for their solo laner experience. Captain Apple saying word on the street is NGS is the new HGC. Could very well be. And yeah, we do. This is an amateur league, so none of the players are professionals. But we do have players that do play in the HGC Open on Mondays and Tuesdays. So if you're watching those teams, make sure you're checking them out then too. Phoenix, the final ban. I don't know. I don't think I talked about that. He's either a solo laner or just a sustained damage assassin. Got lots of sustain through his shield. Jaina Stitch is coming out here. I really If they can execute the hooks here on the Towers of Doom, hooks great for denying channels on the objective. Also, just stitches, yanks them out. Deckard roots them. Jaina blizzards them. Blaze keeps them stunned. Man, that's a lot of pick potential there. Especially Stukov gonna be immobilizing himself to put down the lurking arm. The puddle I was talking about earlier. I think that's a very solid choice. Got Li Ming and Sonya rounding out the draft inside of CGL Black, and Cassia picked up instantly by Sen Noodles. Cassia's an interesting pick here. There's not a lot of auto attack damage, maybe on the side of, or at least not as much as you might think on the side of CGL Black. So they might be picking it for the newly fixed Valkyrie. Maybe get an assassination on Stukov by yanking him in from the back line as he's stationary, like we talked about in that puddle. And yeah, with the Gleaming Sonya, CGL Black opting for a full reset comp. I think that could be very fun to watch. Gonna let these teams load in here. We'll talk about the drafts here. And yeah, I think the burden of execution here is definitely on CGL Black. They've got Sonya puts out a decent amount of damage, especially for a bruiser. And the Diablo Stukov engage setup is really nice. But if they aren't finding kills, they'll never get the resets, neither for Genji nor Li Ming, and then their team fight might come up lacking. So it'll be interesting to see how well they pull that off. Being Storm Division, I imagine they've practiced this plenty. Also of note, no cleanse on Deckard. So if people are getting kind of locked down, he's only be throwing fruit juice at them to try to keep them up. And yeah, I still don't really get the Cassia. We'll have to see how it works out, other than it is potentially nifty for using Valkyrie on the Stukov. We are in game now. On the left, we've got CGL Black. We've got Enix on. Is he? No, Inks. Inks on the Li Ming. Delta on the Diablos. Zydron on the Genji. Fracture on the Sonya. And Elric on the Stukov. And on the red side, we've got Sen Noodles, DSF on the Stitches, Pablo Libre on the Blaze, Captain Apples on the Deckard, Prey on the Cassia, and Julio on the Jaina. Team's going to go ahead, come out mid here. Probably not a whole lot going to happen. Notice Sonya is split off to the top. So the side of CGL Black probably not looking to engage too hard here. Just kind of catch this lane after Sen Noodles is done pushing it out and move on to bigger and better things. Blaze now rotating up to match Sonya. Diablo taking a lot of damage. Delta going to get caught by this scroll of ceiling. He's rooted. Genji Swift strikes in. Diablo dropping super low. Stukov pops his pustule. Keep him up. Team's trading damage as they start to rotate down to the bottom line. Ooh, big hook comes out on a Genji. Swift strikes out. He's going to be just fine. Getting a pustule from Stukov to keep him alive. Yeah, I guess I just knocked down the talents, but I'm kind of curious to see if we have any non-standard. Diablo did take the Feast on Fear, get the healing when he stuns people with his Q and his E. And the Blaze, Neural Stimpack. I think that's kind of an interesting choice. I've been seeing a lot of the trait upgrade there. I've also been seeing the shield, so we'll see how that plays out for him. DSF taking a boatload of damage there. Drops super low. Genji able to finish off that kill before he gets blinded by Cassia. Prey now having to retreat though. Also, there's a couple of these names I'm not super sure about how to pronounce. If you guys want to help me out there, I would appreciate it. Genji Swift strikes in, gets fend in return from Cassia. Prey gonna go ahead and retreat through the Stukov puddle. The teams have just traded here, not a whole lot. Experience leads slightly in the hands of CGL Black after they stole that Sapper camp with the aggressive invade, taking that tower in the sidewall. Oh boy, overpower onto the old man. Deckard Cain retreating as hard as he can. He is able to make it out through the healing, or the armor provided by his trait. Stream seems a bit laggy. I'm kind of noticing that myself. Let me make sure stuff is closed in the background. Yeah, Yeah, I'm not super sure. I think I did accidentally, not accidentally, but I turned on VSync earlier. If we get another break in the action, I'll try turning that off, see if that looks better. Thank you for the feedback, Aura. Three altars spawn in here, as is tradition on the first part here. Fours are online for both teams. We're going to see how the teams split here to deal with this first objective phase. Fen landing on the Genji. He's blinded, taking a lot of damage here, backing out. Sapper's going to have to be cleared up here by the side of Send Noodles. Looks like CGL Black going to engage really hard onto this Blaze. Pablo Libre going to have to run for his life. Blaze able to delay there. Gets the oil and the fire out onto Fracture. That's going to be it. Looks like two channels will eventually go over to the side of CGL Black. So Send Noodles going to pressure bottom I can't talk. In response is the word I'm looking for. From a kind of macrogram standpoint, bottom lane is the most effective, most important lane on this map. Reason being, there are multiple Sapper camps in the bottom lane that'll push through. Sapper camps, if they cross. Oh boy, Diablo dropping super low. He eats a slam from Stitches. Gets finished off by Nexus forces. Cassia clearing out the waves. Look to start getting this pressure on this bottom fort. If they take that over, they'll be able to start trying to score Sappers through the bottom lane. Also, controlling more structures just gives you more shots for each bell tower channeled. Diablo is back up now. Team's looking around, just waiting for 7. 7 will be online in the next 15 seconds or so. Looks like we were going the Fire Stomp build there on the Diablo. Expect that to continue. Yep, that keeps going. Other than that, this Jaina build, a little different than the one I'm used to seeing. She's gone Arcane Intellect, probably to deal with the Genji jumping around in her back line. Get that extra basic attack stuff on that. Ooh, big scroll of ceiling, and Cube gonna land here on the Li Ming. She's rooted. She's able to get behind her team, though, in the bulky front line. Gonna zone back the members of Send Noodles. Excellent name, by the way. I grin every time I'm saying it. Cheeky, cute, I like it. Thanks! Down below 200 health. Waiting for the Stukov health to get those globes. The Nexus Force is wearing her down, though. Big scroll of ceiling here. Not gonna catch. Ooh, it does catch Diablo. Gets stunned. Gets the follow-ups from Blaze. He's on the retreat. Gets a hook in the puddle. Not enough to save Diablo. He falls again. Lord of Terror having a tough game so far.
Take the altars and put an end to the Keeper.
With that kill, looks like Send Noodles will be able to channel this altar for free. Evening up the score, 32 to 32. Sonya up here, escorting in some minions and get some wall damage here. Take out a turret, maybe even 2 before Blaze can get up here to respawn. Other than that, the team's down in the mid lane, working towards taking each Sapper camp there. Stitch is gonna shuck around, maybe try to land a hook, just instead settle for the splash from his slam, eat some damage in return, and walk out. Ooh, the hook comes up just short on the Stukov. That could have been a big deal there. Yeah, I am trying to figure out. It does kind of look laggy on the throughput. Let me. Alright, anyway, Stukov eats the scroll of ceiling. He falls to Cassia. And Cassia continues forward. She's working hard on the Diablo. Uses the Fend. Li Ming fires out her orb in return. 10s have been reached. Lornado comes in, trying to shove in the members of CGL Black, but not able to do it. Li Ming does fall in the backline there. I missed that. I apologize. And the fort does go over to Send Noodles. We're going to quick change the video settings and see if I can't turn off VSync. See if that makes the stream work any better. Altar spawning in 7 seconds here. Looks like we will have 5v5. 10s online for both teams. We do have massive shove here from Stukov, X-Strike from Genji, Lightning Breath from Diablo, Wave of Force from Li Ming, and Leap from Sonya. That's kind of an interesting one. Usually Wrath of the Berserker. have Bunker, Water Elemental, Putrid Bile, Lordnado, and Valkyrie from Cassia. So we are seeing the Valkyrie. We kind of talked about that during draft. Not super surprised to see that come in. Shots are 32 to 27. If you're still around, Aura, did turning off the VSync help the frame rates at all? Looks like Send Noodles is going to start working here on the boss. Fracture has scouted it out. The members of CGL Black are going to collapse here. We're going to have a big brawl over this boss. DSF trying to do his best to zone away the members. Whirlwind coming out here. Lightning Breath on the point. Valkyrie comes through, catches the Stuke off. He gets dragged in, but Lightning Breath wears down the Deviled Man, takes out Cassia as well. Lornado. Oh boy. Send Noodles pays a high price, but they do still get the channel. Gets the boss, sends the 4 shots, but not without paying with all 5 members' lives. 5-man team wipe on the side of CGL Black, and they're going to use this time to take control of the map. Taking this front wall, start getting experience lead. They have 13s. 13, the next talent tier they were aiming for here. Genji got kind of a 9 standard build here. We can talk about that. He went Swift as the Wind, Shuriken Mastery, Perfect Defense, X-Strike, and then Shingen. A lot of times at this highest level, you see a lot of the just straight Swift Strike build. Diablo caught in super deep there. Good combo CC chain there by Send Noodles. Cleans up the Diablo, but he had 100 souls, so he'll be up in time for this next fight, and they'll still have 13 advantage, just with a squishier Diablo than before. Water Elemental, slowing down the Sonya. Hook brings her back in. We got 3 members here whacking on her. She leaps to get away. She's to her wall. Scroll of Ceiling does not catch her. Valkyrie comes out, pulls the squishy Diablo in, eats a blaze stun. Swift Strike comes through. Swift Strike takes out the Jaina, but Diablo also falls, having no souls helps him have his extra health. Putrid Bile comes out. Hook whiffs. Big Ancient Spear and the Genji follow-up. Swift Strike, excellently done there. Elric running out of time. Swift Strike comes through. X-Strike now onto Prey and Captain Apples. Genji leaps in. Genji deflects. Ooh, eats the Fen in return. Li Ming gets the reset. Li Ming's out of mana. She would love to finish this fight, but she's not going to quite be able to do it. Pablo Uribe is retreating as hard as he can. Li Ming and Sonya are able to finish him off. 5 kills to 2 in favor of CGL Black. Well done. They are going to be able to channel this altar. They're going to go ahead and hold it. Maybe try to get middle lane taken care of here before they do it to secure that extra shot. Or Winner says, seems to be okay now. Thank you so much for keeping me up to date. I'll keep in mind that I need to keep VSync off when I'm doing the casts in the future. Channel does come through now, and it's 19 to 28 in favor of Send Noodles. But man, these recent fights have been in favor of CGL Black handily. Looks like we got a big gank coming in here on Fractures. This hook lands. This could be a dead Sonya. Slam to dismount her. Hook comes out. Nice sidestep. She's going to eat the Blizzard. Eats the Heretic Cube. Scroll of Ceiling, 57 health. It does finish her. Oh, so close to getting away and can't quite do it. Even with that kill, though, we've got the aggressive invade here from Diablo and the Genji. Going to try to take this camp. Blaze has scouted it out, though. And they back off. Decided they didn't want to have a 4v2 in the bottom lane. Smartly so, as the rest of Send Noodles was in the top lane, picking up the minion camp up there. Sapper's is going to be pushing in top. Genji takes a bit of tower, lets the Sappers in here. Sappers doing a bunch of damage. Looks like bottom lane control is going to go over to CGL Black. Massive shove, pushes away the Stuke off. Diablo Shadow Charge in, gets the resets on Captain Apple, the overpower, pardon me. Genji with the X-Strike to finish it off. I hear a Blaze stun. Stukov is not going to live through that. His death is the only reason he dodged the Valkyrie. That's not usually the way you want to do that.
Heroes, I have opened a tunnel near our core that leads to the
4 vs 4. Send Noodle's going to work on picking back that bottom lane to try to equalize the map a little bit. Looks like CGL Black going to focus on just taking as many of these altars as they can. Position aggressively in the top right with the Sonya. The other 3 members here in mid might have all 3 altars going over to CGL Black, which would give a net total of 15 shots. Make the score 19 to 13 if they convert here. One channel comes through. Genji switch right out. Li Ming gets the reset, finishes off the Blaze. Gets another reset, finishing off the Jaina. She's going for a third. Oh, she's not quite able to live through it, but she does get the kill. 4 members down on the side of Send Noodles. CGL Black popping off here. Faction gets the channel, and we do have 19 to 13. Look to see the members of CGL Black try to paint this map blue. Sonya gonna be working on pushing down the top. Genji gonna repulse Deckard Cain from taking back mid. Stukov and Diablo work here on the bottom. If you get all 6 towers to your color, you start shooting a shot every 2 or 3 seconds directly at your opponent's core. And the members of Send Noodles not gonna be down for another, they're not gonna be back for another 10 or 15 seconds, you know, counting walk time, even with the tunnel open in the middle.
like all the others.
3 members down the bottom lane, trying to get that lane emphasized, kicking that out. Sonya takes top. And looks like we got one shot there coming across before Send Noodles can reclaim middle tower. But they're in dire straits here. 5 towers to 1. Boss is up. We might have a party around boss, although I don't know why I would take this fight if I were CGL Black. Diablo gonna shadow charge in, pushes off the blaze, makes him drop bunker. Pablo popping in and out. Lightning breath pops. Oh boy. Stukov falls in the backline. Leap comes in. Genji swift strikes through. He drops Cassia. Deckard falls, as well as Jaina. Jesus, everything is happening. It's a bloodbath. 5 members down on Send Noodles. CGL Black only losing to Stukov. This is going to be probably GG. Jesus, these team fights. When you see a well-executed reset comp like this, it's really cool. Just the way the members are able to keep casting abilities, and just look how little mana Li Ming has. You know, she just burns through boatloads of it as she pummels the opposing team. 6 altars, 6 bell towers on the side of CGL Black now. They'll rotate up, take the boss while the timer runs out on Send Noodles. One interesting fact I learned the other day, and by the other day I mean like last month at this point, but this boss does percentage-based damage with that puddle. I had no idea. Anyway, with that channel and the 6 altars, that'll be the end of the game. 19 to 0. Favor CGL Black. Moving now to the post game. Yeah, not a whole lot to talk about. I think the reset comp was well executed. It did its work, and it scored him 22 kills. And with a reset comp like that, as long as your kills are higher than your opponent's, you're going to be able to make up for the maybe lost wave clear by drafting a Li Ming Genji. Yeah, Li Ming shelling out tons of damage there. Jaina, not quite as much, but respectable numbers from the side of Send Noodles, given that they were down so much in the later half of that game. Peek over at the talents here. Genji just kind of going with that hybrid Shuriken Swift Strike build. Other than that, we had the percentage damage from Sonya that just got added this week in the patch notes. That's kind of nifty to see that coming out. Other than that, things look relatively normal to my eye. I take it back. I think this Blaze build is kind of... it's a little wild. I don't know that I've seen that one before. Yeah, anywho. Thanks for watching. We'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and get the Aim 2 set up. We'll be going to Infernal Shrines. Stick around. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. I'm bringing you the Nexus Gaming Series. This is the Storm Division. It's a matchup between CGL Black and Send Noodles. CGL Black ran a reset comp last map on Towers of Doom, and it started off fairly even, but then they ended up winning 19 to 0 against against Send Noodles. Other than that, thanks for bearing with me as I got the technical difficulties ironed out with the stream. Hopefully that's all going better now. Teams are ready. We're going to go ahead and hop into Game 2. Game 2 going to be here on Infernal Shrines. Infernal Shrines was picked by CGL Black. So we'll look to see if they have any spicy strategies. So far, based on what the teams have picked, I don't expect anything quite as wild as a Cho'Gall or a Medivh Zool or something, but yeah, I don't know. I imagine we'll see it kept pretty standard. Infernal Shrines is a favorite map of Nexus Gaming Series teams. I feel like especially in a couple seasons on a Div C team, I saw Infernal Shrines almost every match. unless we banned it because we decided we were scared of how well the other team did on it. Other than that, yeah, it looks like Sen Noodles doesn't want to see any part of that Genji, and I don't blame them. He was all over the place last match. Super strong. White main gonna go ahead and be banned out by CGL Black, sticking with not wanting to see the new healer. And then the Rainer band coming out from Sen Noodles. Will we see an Asmodan this game then? Worth thinking about. I think he can get decent value here on Infernal Shrines. His Globe can clean up the little minions decently. Diablo banned out by CGL Black after they ran him with great effectiveness last game. Here comes the Asmodan. So it begins. I like it. Asmodan, very fun hero for a long time in the Nexus. For a while, he was kind of out of the meta, but still strong at split pushing, strong with his various Q builds, and look to see a lot of siege damage, a lot of hero damage coming out from the big boy. Urel and Joanna picked up. Interesting. Prey reacting with a gah as soon as Urel and Joanna picked up. Be interesting to see what that's about.
So it begins.
Anyway, Urel, probably the best solo laner in the game. She's got a lot of self-sustain, really tanky. Oodles is zone control. And Joanna, very stalwart tank. With her iron skin, she can wade in and out of trouble. Got decent CC with her Condemn, with her Punish and Shield Glare. And usually people go with the Blessed Shield ult. Muradin and Deckard came out in the next round from Sen Noodles. I like Muradin a lot. He's an excellent tank. He's got the second wind trait to keep his health up. Got the slow with the Thunderclap. Decent self. He's got the armor with the Dwarf Toss and gets him in and out of trouble. And Deckard's just, up there with Whitemane, his best healer in the game right now. And then Sen Noodles banning out the Alexstrasza, who's, after the Lifeminder rework, she is a strong healer on more maps than she used to be. But now, especially still on Infernal Shrines, just the zone control the Dragon Queen gives you is so strong on the objective. Rhaegar and Maiev coming out here on the side of CGL Black. Rhaegar probably the next healer. Top. If I'm ranking them top to bottom, I think 4 is about the appropriate place for him. Got the new more healing on his chain healing, less healing on his ancestral. I say new, that's like in the last month. But it's still ancestral's still a big chunk of healing, especially on a squishy. It's just 0 to full. Maiev with the Tether gonna maybe be able to disrupt some of the backline of Sen Noodles. And there are some backliners worth disrupting, that Deckard and Kael'thas. If you can yank them into the front and center, let Rhaegar and whoever else is the final assassin here from CGL Black really wail on them. That could work out well. Kael'thas has a lot of zone control with his Flame Strike, with his Living Bomb. Teams will be fighting in tight areas. I think the Kael'thas, this is probably one of his better maps. And Malthael. Malthael's an interesting choice. Oh boy. Obey the Call of Kel'Thuzad coming out as the final pick there. Bad Boy Mage has lots of burst damage. They just recently, this week, reworked him. He can't change the structures anymore, so we'll see if Inks maybe falls back on his muscle memory, tries to chain a couple buildings, realizes that's still not the case, but he probably already knows. If you're picking Kel'Thuzad in the NGS, you know what's up. Team's going to go ahead and load into the game now. Yeah, game 2 coming at you. And man, these drafts, neither of them very much like the first round, or the first game. I like the instant Asmodan pickup. I think that's strong. But I don't know. They kind of have like a double mage plus Malthael set up as their damage, and I will have to see if they're able to find kills. I'm not convinced that they'll quite be able to, especially against Maiev, Rhaegar, and hopefully for Kel'Thuzad, he's never in there far enough to have to be worrying about getting blasted by all these spells and the Malthael last rites, but we'll see. You never know. Teams are in, I think, looking at the draft. My instincts tell me that I should say that the draft on the side of CGL Black is maybe slightly better. don't know. It's fairly close to maybe not straight meta drafts, and I think this will be fun to watch. Looks like I had some more people join the stream too while this draft was starting up. Thanks for joining. I'm Cody Krabs, bringing you this Storm Division matchup between CGL Black and Zen Noodles. On the left, we've got CGL Black, Elric, Zydron on the Maiev, Eldrick is the Rhaegar, Fracture on the Urel, Inks on the Kel'Thuzad, and Delta on the Joanna. And on the red team, in the right, we have Sen Noodles. It's Prey on the Muradin, Captain Apples on the Deckard, Julio on the Kael'thas. Got the Asmodean as DSF, and Pablo Libre on the Malthael. Have on the Pale Horse Malthael, so look to see him. He might be doing some kind of double land rotation here. The Umbral Bind does land on Deckard, pulls him in. He's got the armor, he's got self-sustain, he's going to make it out. Plenty of potions for him. Joanna pops her Iron Skin, eating the laser from Asmodean. She's able to back off without too much trouble. After all that blood sport in the middle, no one falls even very low. The team's going to go ahead and start rotating. Solo laners up top, Malthael and Urel, and the rest of the team rotating between mid and bot. Chains binding together Prey and Julio. Big Kael'thas E in return. Not quite enough follow up there. Muradin gets a potion. He'll just let his trait proc, maybe even tap here to get some mana. He'll start healing back up. Flame Strike living bot clears out the wave. But CGL Black's already rotated back to mid. They're looking like they might be slightly ahead in this rotation. Nope, I think it was off by minion wave. I think actually CGL is slightly behind because of the way that Asmodean stuck around. CGL Black moving on to their siege camp now. And those Khazras. Inks caught way too far forward. He eats a Stormbolt. He eats a Corridor Q. Dodges the soil ceiling. Gets body blocked in by his own team, and he falls first blood over to Asmodean there, DSF. That's just what Zen Noodles needed. You know, they took a rough loss in that first one. Start getting some early momentum here. They might see themselves get right back into this match. Ooh, nice tether on the Muradin. Can't leap out if he's got a bungee cord on him. Joanna migrating down here. Looks like Kael'thas is having a back for mana there. Check it on top lane, because I know Malthael's actually one of the few solo laners that does decently into Urel as long as the mana problems don't get to him. He's got Urel stuck down there at half health. Pablo Libre looks like he knows his way around to Malthael. Kael'thas rotating up towards top there. Might see this gank come in. Urel retreats to safety. I don't think I'm going to go up there unless I see her step back too far forward. Siege camp is picked up by CGL Black, and they rotate aggressively. Asmodean has scouted out. He gets caught by the Condemned. Rhaegar jumps in. Puppy nipping at his ankles. Globe comes back in return, getting him stacked. It's going to turn into a full brawl here. We've got 4 versus 2. I don't think Sen Noodles can contest this. And they go ahead, back off. Give the siege camp over. Knowing that all the members are committed there, they're going to go ahead and steal away the shaman camp on the top left here. I like that a lot. Nice and savvy, but now you'll see that they have the members split. See if CGL Black can collapse on this. I'd kind of like to see them, you know, recognize that there were members in the bottom lane there. Might have been able to find a kill on the top left. But Malthael had backed. Kael'thas got away. 20 defenders already picked up here by CGL Black. It's going to be hard. Zen Noodles going to have to get in there or just decide that they're going to give this shine. Umbral Bind comes out on the Muradin, pulls him back. Shit's chained together. He and Asmodean get rooted by the Kel'Thuzad. Maiev cleans up. Joanna as well. 2 kills now. The members of Zen Noodles having to retreat. Flame Strike kind of buy them a little space. Umbral Bind comes in from Maiev, yanking back the old man. Captain Apple's struggling to get away. Malthael spreading his trade around. Zydron does eventually fall to it. Flame Strike lands on a couple members there. Corridor Cube. Fracture spreading the bomb to Delta. Delta didn't like that too much. Pablo Libre sustained it through with his... Oh boy. And they... Urel falls. Malthael falls. It's kind of a bloodbath here. But even with all the members of CGL Black that did fall through there, they're able to finish securing the Punisher. We're going to have a Mortar Punisher pushing in. One of the weaker Punishers. Just kind of spreads out AoE damage kind of randomly. Arcane Punisher is the one you really got to worry about. Being the first Punisher of the game, I would expect this to get much more than a front wall. There's the jump. Lands on Captain Apples. He gets chained to Asmodean. And yeah, Punisher down. Looks like the front wall, even not going to quite all the way fall Bottom lane, got a duel here going between a Maiev and a Muradin. Both of them just going to kind of let each other know they're there, but nothing too much should happen there. Malthael and Yrel on the top lane. Also, probably not a whole lot going to happen there. So we'll just see where the members are at. Looks like the next neutral objective might be this bottom siege camp if one team can find an advantage here. Or just get a better rotation on the other. Oh boy. Yep, not able to get to Joanna. She's got way too much health. Chain heal lands. Looks like the members here zone away. Maybe you're gonna go ahead and take the siege camp now that they see the members of CGL, Send Noodles rotating out. Sometimes my mouth doesn't want to say a thing, and then you gotta think about it, and it's like, oh yeah, it's because I'm gonna say the wrong thing. Gonna lose a bit of experience here on this. Oh boy, Yrel gets caught here. Good rotation by the members of Send Noodles. Knocks out the Yrel. Gonna get some push onto this top wall. Let's see how CGL Black responds to being down a member here. About a half level experience lead. Maybe more like a quarter level for Send Noodles. That kill definitely securing them their spot, and they raced it to 10. Siege camp picked up by CGL Black. Send Noodles still have two members wailing away on the top lane there. Oh boy, Maiev comes in, lands the tether. Spreading out the damage. Fan of Knives getting resets for Zydron there. Big Condemn pulls in the Muradin. Oh, chains. And the Frost. Not enough to hurt the big fat dwarf. Asmodee gets yanked in. He drops to 500 health and he falls. Excellent follow-up there. Muradin running away. Kael'thas has dropped low as well. He's sitting about 600 health there. He's going to go ahead and tap. 10s are online for Send Noodles, but they've got two members dead. And with those two members dead, CGL Black also has reached 10. They're going to go ahead and pick up this siege camp, get it pushing down the middle lane as well. Maybe try to get middle fort here. Be a little greedy, I guess. We'll see. At least get some damage out onto it. Get these Khazars pushing in here. Take out the well. Long distance globe coming in does not connect with the Khazars. 4 of them still up here. This one has like, yeah, exactly 1 HP. That's someone hit him. Thank you. Anywho, CGL Black gonna go ahead and pick up their Bruiser camp. I imagine Send Noodles will respond similar, go pick up theirs. We'll have a shrine coming online just now. Jumping in, clearing out. Blessed Shield comes out from Delta, catches a couple members. Here comes the bouncy castle. Captain Apples gets shoved right back in. Zydron having to jump out. Manages to avoid the stay a while and listen. Rhaegar is not so lucky. He's the first to fall. Prey falling super low. Joanna does fall. Chains, oh boy, catches the Pablo Libre. Got a bunch of sustain though coming in with the Malthael Qs. Zydron gets the tether, gets the jump, but is not able to make it out. And we've got 3 kills to 0 on the side of Send Noodles. Excellently fought there. Lanes are relatively... Bottom lane pushed out. Kael'thas is going to go ahead and pick up the mid lane before he moves to the top. Helps team secure this shrine. Looks like this is going to be a frozen Punisher. You can tell by the blue gem in the bottom right there. Send Noodles is in no rush. They want to go ahead and make sure their lanes are all pushed. Oh boy, is the Malthael? Nope. Saw him aggressively pushed up there, pushing out the lane. I didn't know if he was going to be in trouble. But now, Send Noodles might have taken too much time. They're going to have to try to retreat out of here. Siege in with the Asmodee. Here comes the Frost Nova. Lands on the Malthael. Stay While and Listen gets canceled there. Phoenix comes out. Lots of damage coming around. Big Asmodee orb there. Drops the Yrel. Even with that numbers advantage early in that fight, looks like Send Noodles fighting very well, being kept up by the myriad of potions coming out there from Deckard Cain. And they've successfully repelled CGL Black. It's a well-fought engagement there by Send Noodles. They could have been in deep trouble there. They now have 13s online. Pulling up some talents for y'all. Malthael does have Touch of Death there at 7. He's got a Shroud of Wisdom for the Spell Armor to keep himself alive through the Kel'Thuzad combo. I think that's a nifty talent adjustment. Really like that. Tether does land on Captain After. It's weird to see the support be the farthest one forward, but he's now in perfect position to land a big stay a while and listen. Kel'Thuzad gets cleaned up in that fray. I saw Blessed Shield come out there. Landed on a bunch of members, but there was no follow-up. Zydron eats a Living Flame. Phoenix is maybe... Oh my gosh, how much health did he have? He had less than 20 health after that Living Bomb. He's going to just walk to safety. Go ahead, heal back up. Punisher jumps onto Delta. He gets hit with a Kalfasi and he falls. John Cena moving in on Elric. Poor little puppy is running for his life. Malthael is not able to clean him up, but Pablo Libre and company going to be here working on the keep. First keep of the game here should go over to Send Noodles. Stormbolt lands on Inks. Zydron not going to land the tether there. All 5 members still up and healthy. Punisher about to drop here. Oh, it jumps onto Inks, and the globe puts the Kel'Thuzad away. Ow! That must have been like 1 billion damage. Talent tier lead for Send Noodles, and they're half a level away from 16. Have catapults pushing in the top lane for the rest of the game. Malthael's coming down here to bully the Urel. He does have last rites available if he puts out much more damage onto her. I don't think I ever talked about heroics this game, but we do have... Wait, is that Tormented Souls? That is Tormented Souls. Haven't seen that picked in a long time. It got nerfed just absolutely into the ground with the repeated trait nerfs. And, you know, people argue that it's probably not super necessary now that Malthael's auto-attacks cleave and spread the trait all around. Looks like Joanna's waiting in here. Pops her Iron Skin after the Condemn. Asmodean and Murder get chained together. Stay a while and listen. Gets cancelled here. Maiev gets pulled back in. Healing reduced on the Kel'Thuzad. He gets blown up, letting spreading around to all the members of CGL Black. They're in full retreat here. Stormbolt comes up just short on Fracture. And Rhaegar is on fire. Poor puppy gets spooked in on by the Malthael. Looks like Rhaegar is going to fall. The vault was up from Maiev to get her out of that globe from the Asmodean. And now 16 advantage is here for Send Noodles, as well as they have killed 2 members of CGL Black. Send Noodles going to go ahead, push with this camp in the bottom lane, take out this fort, maybe even push for bottom keep, with 7 seconds still left on Rhaegar's death timer, and being up 4 levels. Malfurion, Jesus. Malthael also pushed in the siege camp to the mid lane, going to get some damage onto that fort. The keep is where it's at. Killing this keep will get them catapults in the bottom lane as well, and really just put a vice grip on this game. Inks steps a little forward to try to get that chain, does not land it. He eats a Living Bomb in return. Oh, Maiev coming in deep, gets Tether on 3, but there's no follow-up there. Kel'Thuzad combo was down. Remember to Send Noodles. Oh, here comes the Frost Nova, lands on Captain Apples. He does get the stay a while and listen off. Urel bats him in. Phoenix lands. Zydron has a Living Bomb on him. He comes in, grabs a Tether, vaults the Living Bomb, takes out the Decker King. Excellent counter kill down a Talent tier, but will it cost too much? Fracture probably going to fall here. Goes ahead, hops back in. Elric also has healing reduction on him. Malthael trying to chase him down. Puppy does get away. Coming here. Looks like a globe got cast at the Rhaegar. Did not land. And with 2 members down again, well, I guess they did lose their sustain. They being Send Noodles lost their sustain. Ancestral healing does land. Pablo Libre super low. Asmodean having trouble getting his fat body out of the bouncy castle. Merlin in super deep, misses the Stormbolt. He's gonna go ahead back out. Hit the Living Bomb from the Flame Strike onto Delta there. And after all that, still a 4-level lead for Send Noodles, but they were not able to secure the keep. Shrine is active. 5 versus 5. 16s will be here in probably 30 to 45 seconds for the side of CGL Black. As soon as they can get that 16 and the top lane pushed out just far enough, you see them move in, try and take this fight, be in their last solid chance for a good fight before 20. Or if they can't get it while the Shrine is active, they'll maybe let the Punisher push towards the keep and come in behind the Punisher and try to get the members of Send Noodles if they aren't directly with the Punisher. Looks like CGL Black not going to be able to contest this Shrine platform at all. Being a 15-minute Punisher, and bottom lane pushed basically to the middle. I don't know. This keep's probably going to be in trouble here. Sixteens are here though for CGL Black. one talent to note here. Hand of Freedom there on the URL. I think that's kind of maybe a non-standard pick. Be interested to hear if that's a standard thing or if that's just for the to deal with the Deckard Cain. Punisher is dived past the keep. It's an arcane Punisher, probably the strongest Punisher. Puts those laser beams on the ground that do a lot of damage if you accidentally stand in or around them. Bottom keep has fallen. Members are super healthy. Punisher still at 66% health. It's going to go ahead, push on the core, and the members of Send Noodles will too. Malthael taking a bunch of damage. Pops Tormented Souls trying to... Oh, he's in the backline. He was able to sustain through it. He gets blind, but he's still able to spread the trade around, doing a lot of percentage damage to the members of CGL Black. And Urel is the first to fall. Kel'Thuzad follows shortly, and that's going to be probably GG. Punisher stunning on a couple there. Stay a while and listen lands. Living Bomb is spreading all over the place. Keep is falling to 40%. 4 members down. Joanna, the last one alive, and she's just leading the members on a merry chase there. And they fall. GG's come out, and we have a split series. Gee, wow. Man, those two games could not have been very different at all. Could not have been more different, is what I was trying to say. Words are hard. Anywho, victory for Send Noodles, and decisively so. 4-level lead, just absolutely punishing CGL Black on Infernal Shrines. Captain Apples, super excited in the chat. Yeah, it was a very nifty game. Really letting that Asmodean through. I talked about it a little bit during the ban phase. It's like, this guy does damage. He's pretty good right now. It looks like he did a lot of XP soak, did a lot of siege damage. Maybe not as much hero damage as I expected, but that's probably because Malthael and Kael'thas were doing it all. And yeah, on the other side, maybe just it's 20 kills to 6. So I don't know. Might have been just execution. Might have just been not quite enough. I don't know. It's hard to say. Things just went really well for Send Noodles that game, and good for them. They even up the series. Here's the talents for y'all. Like I talked about, we had this Hand of Freedom on Urel. Kind of interesting to help people get out of the Deckard Cain roots. Other than that, yeah, it looks like mostly fairly standard builds here. Yeah, and other than that, with a split series, I don't think I'm going to go ahead and do an interview with either team. But we'll go ahead, check if there are other Nexus Gaming Series games on that I can throw you guys to. I know there's one later tonight. Today's the 23rd, 8:30. Alright, there's a game coming up on Dr. Holiday, so hopefully that stream will be online soon. Maybe I will try to get an interview. We'll spend a little time till we can get that next one. Let me see if I can grab someone from Send Noodles. Hop over here to a lobby. Cool. And yeah, as soon as he shows up, we'll start this interview. Yeah, other things to talk about this game. Oh, here we go. Derek's here. How's it going, man?
What's going on, man?
Yeah, I'm doing well. It was a fun series to watch. Very back and forth. How you feeling?
Well, we got our first win. It's all uphill from here, man.
Yeah, congratulations. That phrase is always hard for me. Is uphill
Right.
is uphill a good thing or a bad thing?
Oh, it's good, man. We're climbing the hill.
All right, good. Then yes, all uphill sounds great. I just know when I'm walking places uphill, it's like, man, can't there be an elevator or something, you know? Anywho, yeah. So your tagging game is DSF, right?
Right.
And if I'm not wrong, you played tank the first game, yeah?
Stitch is correct.
Yeah. So talk to me about that. It's kind of a flexible role swap there between Stitches and Asmodean. What's going on there?
Right. Well, don't want to give too much away, but we've been practicing a lot of Stitch's comps. They work really well. That first game, I feel like we had it. I mean, early game we were doing what we needed to do, getting picks, hooks. We were doing great, and we just fell off course, started making bad calls, doing boss, getting wipes, that sort of stuff. I mean, it was just
Yeah, it got a
we
little rough
threw it.
there. It started being a lot of swift strikes going around. That's not something you want to see, especially with the double reset comp like they ran. But yeah,
Right.
Infernal Shrines. So yeah, you played Asmodee in this game, um, and you locked that right away. I was kind of wondering as soon as it didn't get banned, I was like, man, somebody might pick this up. He's pretty strong there. Do you have
Right,
any
right.
thoughts on how that game went?
Yeah, that's one of his best maps, and
Absolutely.
I feel like they had a better comp. I mean, uh, it's just scary looking at their comp, but like we last picked Kael'thas um, for all that melee, and it ended up working out really well. We planned on the Maiev pulling us in, all of them engaging on the pool, and that's when Kael'thas just drops everything, and it worked out really well.
Yeah, it definitely did. It looked really it looked really good, and there was boatloads of damage coming from your team. I was worried you might not have anybody secure kills, but it worked itself out. I
Right,
also
there's
got
so
to
much stuff going on. Right,
Yeah, for sure. I also gotta ask, and again, if it's like too much about your strategy, feel free to just no comment or whatever. But
right.
Malthael took Tormented Souls. Is that the new hot? Is it coming back, or is that just specifically for this game with all the melee? It seemed good.
Yeah, I don't think it's coming back. I think last right's still the way to go, but against that team, I mean, you got Ancestral, so if the Red Guard was hitting his ults, it just cancels last rights.
Yeah,
Urel is a target we want to take out, but if we last rights, she just absorbs it. So Tormented with a Kael'thas is just really good because you got all that damage with bombs, and everyone's just getting their life drained. I mean, it's really strong. You got
yeah,
Asmodunks on top of that. I mean, it's hard to live with a solo Rhaegar.
for sure. Yeah, I just really that build in general from Pablo. It seemed like some good adaptations. The Tormented Souls and then the Shroud of Wisdom to kind of counter the Kel'Thuzad combo. It
Right, right.
looked good.
Yeah, that's how we need to play every game. And we showed up game two. We weren't there at game one. We were early game, but we threw the game. We were the. I mean, we've been practicing a lot. Our first few games, we were just going into it for fun. But now we're actually practicing. We're coming up with comps. We're having fun with it. So
Yeah, awesome. Do you guys play in the open division as well, or is this what you guys mostly focus on?
no, we don't. We team league a lot. We got our boy Julio, number one GM.
Oh,
Felt
nice.
pretty good.
That's awesome.
Um, so yeah, we've just been doing that, and we'll see. Who knows? Maybe if we keep doing well from this win, I mean, maybe it's an option.
Yeah. Well, best of luck to you. Um, there's going to be another game starting up here, so I'll go ahead and wrap this interview up. Do you have any shout-outs before you go?
Yeah, man, just my team. It's so fun playing with those guys, and I feel like we're getting better each game. We just gotta like buff out a few little mistakes, and I think we're golden.
Yeah, awesome. Do you or any of your team stream? Is there places we can find you guys?
Oh yeah, Julio does. It's Julio Four Gates, Four for four.
Cool.
It's a weird name, I know, but
Well, thank you so much for coming on. Best of luck moving forward. Congrats on your first win, and see you around.
all right, man, I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah,
Bye.
take care. So there you have it. That's thoughts from the captain of Sen Noodles after their first win here in the Nexus. Congratulations to them, but also very well played by CGL Black. I think they really executed that awesome reset comp in the first game. If you didn't have a chance to watch it, I do suggest going back and watching it. It was pretty back and forth till the end, uh, or at least till 2/3 of the way through, and then there were just a bunch of really awesome reset combos. That's going to be it for me. I'm going to go ahead and toss you over to the next Nexus Gaming Series game starting up. Thanks for watching. I've been Cody Kraz. Appreciate having you out. Hopefully, I'll see you again soon. Take care.